3 disturbing true Airbnb horror stories. Airbnb has made travel easier, but sometimes, what seems like the perfect stay can turn into a nightmare. Today, I'm sharing 3 true Airbnb horror stories from people who thought they were just booking a room, but instead, they got something far more disturbing. You won't believe what happened. Story 1. The Locked Basement. 2 minutes. Our first story comes from a young couple visiting a small town. They booked a charming Airbnb in an old house. At first, everything seemed perfect. Cozy furniture, a quiet neighborhood, until they noticed a door in the hallway that was always locked. The host said it led to storage and wasn't in use. But that night, the couple heard faint thumping and dragging noises coming from that door. They shrugged it off as old plumbing, until the third night, when the noises got louder and they heard a soft whisper saying, "Get out." Terrified, they called the police. When the officers arrived and unlocked the door, they found an old, abandoned basement with handprints on the dusty walls and signs that someone had been living there recently. The couple left immediately and never returned. Story 2. The Hidden Camera, 2:30. The second story is from a solo traveler in a major city. She booked what seemed like a beautiful apartment downtown. Everything was clean, modern, and welcoming. On the second night, she noticed a tiny blinking light in a smoke detector in the living room. Suspicious, she inspected the room closely and discovered a hidden camera pointed directly at the bed. Her stomach dropped. She called the Airbnb host and security immediately. The police discovered several hidden cameras in the apartment, all streaming live footage to an unknown source. The host was arrested, but the footage had already been uploaded online. She said the worst part was realizing she had slept in that apartment for 2 nights before noticing anything. From that day on, she never booked an Airbnb without triple-checking for hidden cameras. Story 3. The Faceless Guest, 3 minutes. The third story happened to a small group of friends renting a cabin in the woods. On their first night, everything seemed fine. The fire was crackling, and they were joking around. At around midnight, one of them looked out the window and saw a figure standing outside, watching. The figure was completely still, and the friends assumed it was someone from a nearby property. But then they realized there were no other cabins nearby, and the figure had no discernible face. Just a smooth, pale void where features should have been. Panicked, they locked all the doors and hid in the living room. When dawn came, the figure was gone. But in the snow outside, they found footprints leading to the front door and stopping abruptly at the threshold. Airbnb is convenient, but these stories are a reminder that sometimes appearances can be deceiving. Have you ever had a strange or terrifying experience while traveling? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more true horror stories like these, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next nightmare could be closer than you think.